What's going on? What's going on? Come on, somebody talk to me. Y'all already know what it is. It is midweek. That midweek drip dropping on you. I am Overseer J.C. Jones. Listen, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the Facebook channel. Matter of fact, make sure you subscribe to all channels. But on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed. Give me the thumbs up and hit that notifications button so you can receive and know we are on live and in living color Faith Drip, where we drop jewels to increase your faith. Listen, make sure you are also sharing the message. Share the drip. Let people know. Hey, listen. You want to break up how you get the word, but you still want to get the word? Listen, you better add the drip to your life. Come on now. You already know what we're doing. Just make sure you begin tagging some folks in, sharing, copying the link, telling people, hey, drip on. The drip is on. Y'all know what we do. Let me get on back over here to YouTube so I can really see you. I can see who's looking at me, looking at you. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, Deke. All right, I got you. You must be doing that work. You can't comment, but you're listening. I love it. I'm glad you're listening. I already see that you're saying you're ready. So that's already what it is. Listen, let's start getting these other people to come on and do the same thing where they are, hey, they ready. And I need you to comment as well. For Deke, who can't. For my nephew that can't, but is online, I need you to do a little extra comment for him, because you know how he get down. Come on, y'all. This is about you. Well, the question is, Faith Drip, who you telling? Who are you telling? Yeah, that's what I want to know. That's what I want to know today. Who you telling? Who are you telling? Talk back to me. Let me know who you're telling. You know, I'm just over here. I'm messing with a few things because I got to get it all together. Who are you telling? Who are you telling? Come on, talk back to me. That's what the drip is about today. Who are you telling? I'm gonna give it a couple, and I mean just a couple minutes. I'm excited about what God's doing right now. I don't know about you. I know some of us are in a holding kind of a flight pattern. You know how you on the airplane and you can't land yet, but you there, but you can't land because there's something going on. You don't know what's going on. You don't know when it started. You don't know when it's going to end. All you know is something going on that has you in a holding pattern. Yeah, come on now. It's all good because you're like, well, I'm here. I'm close. So, as soon as we land. But if it lasts too long, boy, if somebody don't talk back to me, if the holding pattern lasts too long, that impatience start to rise up in you. You know what I'm talking about. You like, shoot, maybe you got a connection and you like, man, don't have me miss my connecting flight. Man, listen, I got somewhere to be, or I'm just tired of the journey. Man, come on, land this plane. But a lot of the times, what we do not know is there is some sort of commotion, condition. There's an incident that is stopping us. That if we did try to land, it might not work out in our favor. So the holding pattern is to let some things clear up so that when we land, we get in there safe. We get in there exactly how we're supposed to. Yeah, that ain't got nothing with the drip today, but for some reason I was just led just to talk to people that feel like they're in a holding pattern and have gotten to the place that they feel a little, you know what, I'm getting a little impatient. I don't want to miss my connection. I know God got something else for me. I don't want to miss it messing around in this, hey, come on now. I've been on this plane long enough. I'm ready. I'm ready to either get off or get on my next one. Something, come on. But that holding pattern is to make sure you land how you're supposed to land. And you get to where you're supposed to get to. I'm just wanting to tell somebody today, listen, don't discount your holding pattern. But that ain't Faith Drip today. Faith Drip is all about who you telling. Come on, who you telling? And we'll get there. We'll explain it. We'll make it all come to light. Don't worry about that. But I got one that's already told me he ready. I got one that's already said, hey, I'm ready. Cause Deke, you know, I know it's not me. He be working. He be putting that thing together. But he listening. But he already said, hey, I'm ready. I ain't came to too much comment, but I'm here, I'm listening, and I'm ready. Sometimes you got to come in the door already knowing what you want. So I just want to know who else is ready this morning. Somebody talk to me. Who else is ready this morning? Yeah, I'm just I had to do a little quick slide on over to Facebook, tag a couple more people in. Matter of fact, I just had to tag a couple more people in. Yeah, it just had hit me that I hadn't brought them on in, so I got to do my due diligence. Come on, somebody say due diligence. I got to do it. I got to do my due diligence to make sure. Lord Jesus, I'm hitting all type of stuff. You know, help overseer with the technology. Sometimes, you know, I don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I know my technology, but sometimes I'll be in such a rush to make things happen that, you know, I just start hitting buttons. I'll be honest with you. I just start hitting them buttons. Listen, I'm about ready. I don't know about you, but I already got it ready, so I'm getting ready to just launch this thing. Yeah. All right. Them was them ones I had to launch out. All right. Let me switch my vibe if that's all right. And I'm just ready to get this thing started. Yeah. I think so. Go on, DJ, flip my vibe. If you're in YouTube, just hit your chat comment section and just start talking back to me. Just start talking back to me. All you gotta do is hit the chat, open that thing up, and we can get it. Listen, Psalm 44. Psalm 44 is the mine shaft in which we will be going in and getting these gems, these jewels out today. You know what we say? They never depreciate. They hold their value. Matter of fact, their value goes up the longer you hold on to them. Hey, Psalm 44. Once again, Faith Drip, who you telling? It says, we have heard it with our ears. Oh God, our ancestors told us what you did in the last days, in days long ago. With your hand you drove out. Well, somebody just say you drove out. You drove out the nations, and what planted our ancestors, you crushed the people and made our ancestors flourish. It was not by their sword that they won the land, nor did their arm bring them victory. It was your right hand. Woo, come on now, y'all see where I'm going. It was your arm. In the light of your face, for you love them. You are my King and my God who decrees victories for Jacob. Through you, we push back the enemy. Through your name, what we trample our foes. I put no trust in my bow. I put no trust in my bow. My sword does not bring me victory, but you give us victory over our enemies. You put our adversaries to shame. It's not me. It wasn't me. The position I find myself in because of what my mama did, My daddy did. My grandparents did. This inheritance that I enjoy, this position in life, the pushing. It was you. I know it was you because I was told it was you. I was told about what you did, God. I was told about how you made a way out of no way. I was told about how you provided when there were no means. I was told how the loss looked imminent. The loss looked imminent. The victory looked like ain't no way, but you came up in there, shaking and rattling. You came up in there, pulling rabbits out the hat. You came up in there doing what you do, God. It was you. See, I hear Psalm 44, and I hear such a confidence. I hear such a confidence. I hear such a reverence. I hear a surety that there is an understanding that all of this position I find myself in, it was you. Because I was told. My ancestors told me what you did. I know everybody else thinks, because they see what they see. They can only see what they see, and they see them, but they told me, oh no, it wasn't me. It was God. As we've said, and I don't have any, I haven't coined the phrase. I was not the first. I probably will not be the last, but as we have talked about, that the state of the church is in a state of emergency for the simple fact that they don't know how their parents knew them. They don't know how their grandparents knew them. They not all in like they used to be. Yeah, see, it has nothing to do when somebody is like, man, what's going on with the church? What's man? It ain't like it used to be, man. Or man, they don't understand. They don't listen. That's that old thing. See, at some point there was a breakdown. There was a lack. There was a cut of information. Yeah. I think sometimes we take for granted or do not understand the power of a testimony. Now, don't get me wrong. The word of God is king. The word of God is it. It is the truth. Okay? You can have an opinion all day, but there's a line with the word. All of that is factual. But some people, they on milk. They can't digest the meat just yet. But they know you. They got a relationship with you. And if they were just introduced or heard about his goodness from you, about what he did for you, oh, that thing would hit different. That thing where they're like, oh man, I want to be like you, fam. Hey, OG, big bruh, big sis. Hey, man, how'd you get that? Man, how you always seem like you fly, you rocking out. Always seem like I've seen you take some hits and some lumps, but it's like, man, your bounce back game, God dog. Boy, listen, hey, can you put me up on game? Can you put me on? If you could just say or introduce before you start putting them on, hey, well, you got to do this and do this and do this. If you could just introduce, well, listen, I wanted to quit many days, Listen, I couldn't see victory nowhere in my future but God. See, if you would just pass on like they did at the very beginning, we have heard it with our own ears. Our ancestors have told us what you did in their days. With your hand, you drove it out. You crushed the people, made our ancestors flourish. But see, sometimes we leave that part out. I see you. Great morning to you. A lot of times we leave that part out. Natalie, great morning. I see you. A lot of times when we passing down information or we talking to folks, we are leaving the God part out. We are leaving the part out of where we were snotting and crying and praying and he showed up. We leave out the part, parents, especially to our children, we don't want them to even have a clue of the struggle. Matter of fact, our whole goal is that they never feel the struggle. You know how many times do you have people, adults now, that say, man, I didn't even know we was poor. I never knew it. I never saw it. I never felt it. You know, listen, we had something to eat. I had clothes on my back. I didn't even know we was poor. Till I got older and recognized what poor was. Yeah, that's because they were trying to shield you. But what if you was told, listen, we should be homeless, but God. I don't know how we eating tonight, but God. Listen, them clothes, them gym shoes you needed, them sneakers you needed for basketball or track or volleyball. Listen, I don't even know how you got them because we ain't have it, but God. See, a lot of times, because of trying to shield somebody from the pain, sometimes trying to not let somebody know how bad it really is because of pride, ego. We are cutting the communication of his goodness from one generation to the next. See, your testimony is big. Your testimony is necessary. You can't leave out what God has done. You can't leave out, if it wasn't for the Lord, where would I be? Because see, what happens is the next generation doesn't have as much power in the story. The next generation isn't operating on full cylinders to tell the next generation after them. The next generation starts to think this is normal. If you don't have God in your communication, how can we expect them to have God in theirs? Yeah. Who you telling is what we're talking about today. I wanted to quit. Can we get real? Listen, I was addicted in my youth, and man, listen, I didn't have no money for no program. I didn't have no resources, but my God, I was just praying, and all of a sudden that thirst, that desire, that hunger for the thing I was addicted to, it just seemed like it just started leaving my body. I just didn't want it anymore. I can't even explain it. It don't even work like that. But God. See, somebody knows that story, but ain't telling that story. Somebody just said, you know what, listen, I had it all, but I blew it. I was immature. I was running around here chasing this and chasing that. Next thing you know, I found myself living outside. I had cut off all the bridges. I burnt all my bridges. Yeah. All I was doing was thinking about me. Oh yeah, I know you see me now. I know it seems like I got it all together. I know it seems like, I got all these values, but listen, I was horrible. Everything slipped out my hand. The only thing I held on to was God. Even in my troubles, in my conceited state, in my state to where I didn't care about nobody but me, I still love God. And when I found myself without anything, I had God. I continued to pray to God. And I was like, God, if whatever it is in me that has me keep burning bridges and letting your blessings go, God, just take it from me. Turn me around, God, because I know you got something for me, but I don't want to lose what you got for me. God, turn me around. And that's why I'm successful. If somebody would tell that story. But it's a lot of bestsellers, New York Times bestsellers out there that are telling their story, giving their memoir, telling about where they've been and how they overcome. And man, I worked hard and I had to do this and I did that and do that. And they got this big old book telling people how to win. 300, 400 pages. And not in one of them pages, in some of these books, will you find God. Imagine if every inspirational success story book, How I Did It book, there was mentions of God. God did. Even when I couldn't, God did. I didn't know how, but God did. Can you imagine where the next generation would be? Could you imagine where we would be? I don't want you to underestimate the effect, the dangerous negative effect, impact, that leaving God out of your conversation, your testimony, your deliverance, your healing, your breakthrough. I don't want you to underestimate what that does to the next generation. Because you already know, man, I need God. But if they never hear what God did from you, why would you think they would think they need God? Yeah, we get mad at young folks and next generations and all of that. I can't believe and man, look how they doing, and man, look how they talking and how they acting. Why are you surprised? Why would you be surprised? I mean, grandma, Medea, Mimi, Mama, whoever you called your grandma, grandmother, granny, whoever. Man, bomb in the kitchen. Boy, listen, biscuit, it wasn't nothing. She couldn't cook. But then you got 2, 3 generations down, and the cooking doesn't resemble nothing like that cooking. Why is that? Something got left out. Come on, that's the truth of the matter. Something got left out. There were some instructions that didn't get passed on. Either they didn't get passed on or somebody didn't care to listen. They didn't want to know. They didn't think it was important. But the story wasn't told. Hey, you know why you like that cooking? Because there's some things in here that if you don't hear what I'm saying, you will never taste this again. Yeah. All of this that y'all running over here for, if you don't pay attention to what I'm saying about its goodness, if you don't pay attention to what I'm saying, look, all of this is necessary. If it wasn't for this, it wouldn't taste like this. If you don't pay attention to everything that was in it, you will never taste this again. Oh, you won't eat, but it ain't gonna taste like this. See, if If that was told that way, we'd all still be tasting grandma's cooking, even if she ain't here. Yeah. But there was a lack, there was a cut of communication. Another tactic of the adversary in spiritual warfare, if you didn't know, if he could just get us busy, get us thinking about something else, get us thinking about ourselves, then they can alter our ability, our desire, our thought that there's even a necessity to communicate that way. Who you telling? See, I know some people might be thinking, that's good, overseer, but you ain't talking to me. I know somebody just said that, or been saying it as I've been giving this. Overseer, boy, you is dripping, but you ain't talking to me. But I think we all can begin to evaluate ourselves and say, did I mention him in everything? Did I give him credit? In them college papers, it's called citing. If you don't cite a source and you use it as your own, they call it plagiarism. Boy, it's a lot of spiritual plagiarism going on. Oh my God, if that ain't something that y'all can post later. Yeah, if you ain't citing what God has done for you and you present it as your own, you just committed spiritual plagiarism. Yeah. You know what happens when you found out? F. You could be kicked out of school depending on what it was and how it was and what it is. Yeah, it's that serious. It's that serious that you don't give the original source credit. It's that serious. It's called theft. Yeah, forgery. People go to jail for that. I know you like, okay, overseer, come on, you going over the top now. Ain't nobody going to jail for not citing a source on the paper. But I'm telling you, it's the conduct. It's that same mentality. Forgery, theft, counterfeit. All of those are crimes. I'm just telling you the law. If we cut off what God has done in our lives and present it as our own, that's the same thing. If we take credit for what God is doing, that's the same thing. If we can know it naturally, if we got a problem with it naturally, why in the world would we find it okay to do it with the things concerning our Father? Psalm 44. We have heard it with our ears, O God. Our ancestors have told us what you did in their days, in days long ago. Yeah. It goes down. It was not by their sword that they won the land, nor did their arm bring them victory. It was your right hand, your arm, and the light of your face, for you loved them. Are you telling that story to the young ears that are listening? I'm just dripping a challenge to you today. Are you telling the Psalm 44 story? Or are you telling the Psalm me and me story? Come on, somebody. I just want us to get our stories straight. But not just straight, right. Because we can't afford for the next generation not to know how good he's been to us. We can't afford it. Yeah. Not if you care about your children, and your children's children. See, let's just get off the next generation, because sometimes we think, well, we don't know them. I ain't got no relationship with them. Well, your children are the next generation, and their children are the next generation. If you care about the next generation, I'm gonna go back to it, then you better add some Psalm 44 to your story. That's the challenge today. Who you telling? Hey, you better share this. You better share this. I'm here to tell you something. Listen, tomorrow we back. We back tomorrow. Terrific Thursday, Intimate Moments. We in Romans 10. We walked the thing all the way through. Romans 10. We going all the way through. Terrific Thursday, Intimate Moments Bible Study. 7 p.m. here in Arizona. 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Listen, if you want to just get some Bible, learn some Bible, walk the Bible, be able to ask questions about the Bible, have a comment about the Bible, then you tune in to Terrific Thursday Intimate Moments, because that's what it is. It's like a small group setting, but online. Listen, we got it on Facebook. We got it on Zoom. I try to get over here on YouTube, but that would be acting funny sometimes. So join us on Zoom. The link is on the Facebook page at the very top. It says Join Cloud Meeting. All you have to do is click on it. It takes you right to Zoom. That way we can have a conversation. It's like a class, but it's a study, and you are learning the word. Come on. And join us this Sunday if you can, where God is creating a masterpiece. And I just want you to participate in it with us. That's every Sunday at 10:45 at 1142 West Indian School Road, Phoenix, Arizona, 85013. Come and check out and see what God is doing. To the place where we grow our faith together. Hey, I'm going to say this time here. Hey, you can support Faith Drip. You can support Faith and Truth just by going right there. faithtruthcc.org/donate. Support the ministry. Support what we're doing. We got some things we are trying to get done in the community. Some things we want to add to in going into the latter part of the year. We want to get ahead of the game, ahead of the curve. You know, there's some big holidays that come up. There's some big needs that come up at the end of the year. And we want to do our part, but we need help. So please support faithtruthcc.org/donate. If it's for Faith Drip, make sure you write Faith Drip in the memo. If I just see offering, it's just going to go directly into Faith and Truth and whatever ministry needs. All right. Listen, I hope you subscribed. I hope you gave me the thumbs up. I hope you shared. And I hope you hit the notifications button. But I'm Overseer J.C. Jones. This was Faith Drip. And remember, God is always walking with you. And He always will. Peace and love, y'all.